Are you ready to buy your first home, but you're overwhelmed by all the information coming at you as you research? What if I told you you're on the right track as far as your research? Because here I'm going to be walking you through a few of the things most first time home buyers completely overlook when they're ready to buy. Hi, I'm Natasha, a licensed realtor, and here I discuss real estate and have real conversations. Now, the reason you're here. A mistake to avoid is skipping the financial prep. Now, obviously, to buy a home, you're going to have money, but this step really makes sure that you have your ducks in a row. What does that entail? Making sure you know your credit score, making sure you have money saved for a down payment, your closing costs, your earnest money, home inspections, home insurance, a lot of those fees that are going to cost you up front. So making sure you know exactly what that's going to look like ahead of time. And essentially, you're going to need to start building your team. And what is your team? Your team is going to be a knowledgeable realtor and a lender. And in many cases, once you connect with a realtor, she's going to connect you or he's going to connect you with a lender that they prefer to work with. And I always encourage first time buyers to do this because the lender and the realtor relationship, they've worked together before, they know what exactly is needed to make sure they get you to the closing table, and that rapport is really going to benefit you in the long run. So building your team starts with a knowledgeable realtor. So getting your realtor and your lender is going to put you in a great place because this duo is going to work together with you to build a financial plan. This financial plan is going to put you in the best place so that you're able to qualify for a mortgage loan. So you don't have to do it all by yourself. Now, I also want to refer you to my top 5 first time home buyer preparation tips video where I break down everything that you'll need to know to get started. The next mistake I see is people not having a budget. Now, once you get to your lender is going to ask you how much are you comfortable paying per month on your mortgage payment. They're going to have looked at your income and your installment debt. So that includes your credit cards, your student loans, your car payment, any other debts to determine your debt to income ratio. But what they're not going to look at are your expenses. And that's where your budget comes in. You'll need to know how much your expenses are and create a budget that really is in line with you purchasing your first home. So, entertainment, gas, vacations, childcare, other transportation needs, dining out. That falls into entertainment as well. But essentially, you're going to have to come up with a budget that works best for you and really think about how that budget for your all the things you like to do and all the things you like to spend money on is going to coincide with that payment, that mortgage payment that you will have to meet each month. So a lot of first time home buyers don't really do this on the front end, and that is one of the things that can help you from being what we like to call house poor. The next mistake I see is not knowing all of the options available to you when it comes to loans. Now, your lender and your realtor will be able to point out which loan products might work best for you. They'll be able to point out the features and the benefits to you as a buyer. So, for example, if you're a first time home buyer, there are loans, there are grants, there are programs that you might just be interested in. The next mistake is not knowing what you want in a home. So be clear on what it is you want in a home and what features you want to prioritize. Now, this is a little bit easier if you're single because you kind of have a lot of leeway because it's all about you. But if you are buying with a spouse or a co buyer, make sure you're on the same page. And I like to tell people or tell my clients the easiest way to do this is to prioritize your must haves from greatest to least so that when you're in the buying process, you'll know which things are more important to you, and then you can kind of scratch off those things that aren't as important. The next mistake I see is not researching your potential neighborhood. Buying a home is not just about financials, but it's also about loving where you live. So you'll want to know if you're moving to a neighborhood where values are going up or values are going down. That's something you might not know right offhand, but your realtor will be able to help you research those types of facts by providing you with a comparative market analysis or a CMA. Another way to do your research here is go to the neighborhood, spend some time there, go shopping, get coffee, have lunch, have dinner. Definitely make sure you're in the neighborhood at all times of the day, early morning, midday, and at night. So, this gives you a well rounded idea of what the neighborhood is like. Additionally, you might also want to drive the commute from that neighborhood to your job, or just see what rush hour traffic looks like for you and see if that factors into your decision. And this is especially important if you are moving from out of state or relocating from out of state. Obviously, you wouldn't know this particular area or part of town. So, if you can spend as much time as you can there, that would be great. And watch videos on YouTube or find things on social media that can kind of inform you of that. But again, I always encourage you to spend some time in that particular neighborhood on your own. High five, you've made it this far into the video. So if this video is providing value to you, stop and give it a thumbs up. The next mistake is getting information from family and friends instead of professionals. Now, while you'll naturally want to talk to your friends and family about buying your first home, you'll want to really take a lot of things into account. For instance, are the people who you're speaking with individuals who bought their home in the 90s? Or is it even someone who bought their home during the pandemic? So much has changed about the market and the industry between those two time frames. Experienced professionals in the industry are going to be the most valuable assets for first-time home buyers because they are armed with the information that you need to make the best decision to buy in this market. For instance, your realtor has access to MLSs, so they're not just talking about what they saw in Zillow or what they saw in Redfin or Realtor.com. They have real-time access to how the market is moving. Even your lender has information that your friends and family will not have to help you make more informed decisions. Essentially, you're going to want to lean on the professionals who work in the industry day in and day out to give you the most accurate and up-to-date information for your home buying journey. The next mistake I see is skipping the home inspection. Now, the home inspection is an extremely important step and you don't want to skip it. You will essentially hire a home inspector who will observe the home inside and outside. They'll also pull together all of their findings about this home in a report called the Home Inspection Report. Now, a home inspection is going to help you save a little time in the closing process because now you're going to have a report that's going to show you what repairs are needed, and it's going to give your realtor the tools that they need to renegotiate things for you. So definitely don't skip out on your home inspection. The next mistake I see is skipping a thorough contract review. Contracts and agreements, they're going to outline everything from the term of the sale to the rights and responsibilities of all of the parties that are involved in the contract. Unfortunately, a lot of first-time home buyers do not take the time to review these carefully. Avoid this home buying mistake by reading and reviewing all of the terms that are associated with the contracts and agreements associated with the home. Now, as a first-time home buyer, you shouldn't be scared because this is a very large purchase. So don't be afraid to ask your realtor or your attorney to review the contract, highlight things, explain anything for clarification. At the end of the day, this is a contract that you want to understand. The next mistake I see is rushing through the process. Now, buying a home is a big deal. So, rushing through the process and making hasty decisions is only going to lead you to buyer's remorse. So, slow down, take your time, think through all of the steps so that you're ready to buy your home and you'll feel very good and very excited about your purchase in the end. Remember, it's better to wait and find the home that's right for you instead of rushing and purchasing a home that you'll probably regret. So make sure you're researching and making informed decisions, knowing your budget, and essentially going through all of the mistakes that were mentioned in this video. These things will get you prepared to hop into the market and be an informed first-time home buyer, and you'll be excited when it comes time to get to that closing table and excited to move into your home. No buyer's remorse. If you have any questions at all, Remember, I'm a licensed realtor in Georgia and South Carolina, and I would love to help you purchase your first home. I would love for you to be a part of my community. So, like, comment, and subscribe so you'll be notified when videos like this come to my channel. And per usual, thank you and see you again soon.